Confucius, the 2010 production starring Chow Yun Fat, Zhou Ran Fa as the Grand Old Master himself, is an underrated film. One of the many things it portrays particularly well is the court debate scene. The year is approximately 505 BC, during the Warring States period of China. This is the court of Lu. The session is about to begin. There are two groups of ministers. The dark blue group on the right are led by an upstart young reformer by the name Confucius. Prior to this session taking place, Confucius has allowed refuge in his academy to a young boy who escaped ritual murder and burial into the tomb of Ji Sunce's father, the head of the powerful ancestral Ji clan. He holds the loyalty of the group of ministers wearing lighter blue. On the left of this picture, Confucius has already refused to negotiate with the henchman of Ji Sunce, one Gongshan Liu, and sent him packing, but has yet to make a case for why the boy should not be sacrificed. After all, 300 years later, in around 213 BC, on Qin Shi Huang's death, the first emperor himself, he would also be buried with labourers, servants and horses. This was all done in order to show the devotion and respect to the person who died. As his son, Ji Sunce would have been expected to follow through with this ritual murder and sacrifice. Confucius has made a risky move, drawing the potential ire of the powerful Ji clan. Welcome to the Lu court. The ministers are entering for a session and are waiting for you to witness the battle over the moral perspective of China that will ensue. It is Ji Sunce who starts the ball rolling.
发生了一件怪事，就是昨日姬在10只准备献祭的雄雉中，有一只作为首献的长尾雉，竟然啄光了自己的雉尾。所以今日想听听各位大夫的高见，是否有必要将此次祭祀停止，或者是延期？
The unnerving music of this scene captures how the gods to which are being referred to here are not known to us. The relevance of a pheasant plucking out its tail seems to be of deep significance to many here. Shi Sunwu, an acolyte of Ji Sunce.
乃1年终了国家大计，不能延期，也不能停止。他啄断自己的尾巴，当然预兆一种天意，所以不应再以此志为限，否则就是对神灵的大不敬。所以我认为，应当遵从天意，放生这只雄雉。
既然各位大夫都这么说，那么好，这只雄雉就放归山林去吧。
This proclamation is met by toadying applause from the acolyte Shi Sunwu. A precedent has been set for the release of something meant for ritual sacrifice. Confucius takes the opportunity.
君上，微臣有话要讲，
请讲。
君上，微臣请求在我鲁国彻底废止以活人陪葬的恶俗。
孔丘，
因为微臣今日要为一个小奴请命。
哪个小奴？
就是他。
孔丘
States plainly what needs to be done.
就是他。
Raises the stakes by making Ji Sunce's cruelty more visible. A visible slave sacrifice is met with more empathy than an invisible one. Ji Sunce has been forced into making a show of anger.
孔丘， 他是我家的头奴，你竟敢私自收留，胆子也太大了吧！
This is not the face of someone genuinely disgusted to still see someone alive who was meant to be dead. This is the face of my 3-year-old when she pretends to be angry.
大司徒，
Gongzi humbly raises his arms out, just as he's described as doing in the Analects. He appears non-threatening despite disagreeing.
请你赦免他吧，不要用这小奴为已故的平子大人殉葬。
蚁人陪葬员是古礼，你不是一直主张恢复古礼的吗？
大司徒，仁者爱人，以礼杀人则非礼也。
仁者爱人. Benevolence. Ren. One of the key concepts of the Analects, the Lunyu, the recorded sayings of Confucius. He has a set of moral principles, which mean he does not support all tradition blindly.
以礼杀人则非礼也。叔孙大夫，你能仁慈地对待一只雄志，求拜请你也为这个已失去胳膊的小奴讲几句话吧。
We spared the pheasant. That was something meant for ritual sacrifice. Why not the boy?
我们今天谈的只是关于冬季之至的问题，这与人殉之礼无关。
Zhe Sunwu, the acolyte of Ji Sunzi, comes out from behind Ji Sunzi. Just like supporters of the school bully come out from behind him, so does he. And his argument is, shut up, we're not going to discuss this. A common refrain from those without an argument.
错，大有关系。礼经说，天地间人为贵，用活人殉葬是残忍的陋俗。本朝自文武周公以来，早已废止。
Appealing to the great Zhou Gong, a culture hero who Confucius longs to dream about once more in the Analects.
没有梦见周公了。我鲁国乃周公故里，礼仪之邦，我们理应变古改制，推陈出新。
Ritual sacrifice was outlawed during the Zhou. He's making an argument from tradition, not all tradition, drawing on what he selects as good tradition. At the same time, even throwing in an appeal to national pride, that of the state of Lu, for good measure.
君上，各位大夫，孔丘在此冒死请求你们赦免了这个小奴吧。
How on earth can Ji Sunzi deal with this? If he refuses Confucius, now he has been framed by his arguments so that he looks not only barbaric, but also unpatriotic. They also appeal to his benevolence to give him an opportunity to look good.
孔丘，
Here comes the muscle. This is Gongshan Yu.
季平子大人临终前有遗言，要求以生前所爱者为训，让这小奴殉葬，并非残忍，反而正是体现大司徒对父亲的孝心和爱心啊！
Aren't you in favor, Confucius, of showing filial piety, 孝顺, to the father? Is this not a way of doing so? Gongshan Yu has made a solid point here. 孝顺, filial piety, is something frequently mentioned in the Lunyu, the Analects. 42 out of the 800 or so verses do mention it. However, it is not the only principle Confucius has, as we shall see.
公山大夫，丘知道，大人作为家臣侍奉平子大夫多年，丘还听说，季平子大夫生前常说，他是离不开你的。
对呀，没错。
Confucius's retort is perfect, appealing to the man's pride. Wasn't he a valuable servant too?
既然你们如此情深义厚，他老人家在九泉之下，又岂能少了你的陪伴呢？如果大人愿陪平子大夫同行，那丘就赞成让这个小奴随你殉葬。
你
给个话啊！
你荒谬！
Oh dear, it looks like Gong Shanyo has found himself in a dead end.
看来大夫并不愿意做这个陪葬者。那么，己所不欲，勿施于人。
己所不欲，勿施于人。That which you do not want done to yourself, do not do unto others. Straight from the Analects of Confucius itself, a verse delivered in the film from Confucius's mouth almost 2,500 years after he is said to have uttered it. The Golden Rule.
君上，微臣的话讲完了。
What can Ji Sun Se do? He has been forced into a corner by reason and logic. What move can he make?
居然父子言之凿凿，我看可以，就放了他吧。
This is the face of a man forced into a corner, far from happy to have had his hand forced. And in time, it was Confucius who won the battle. Ritual sacrifice officially ended during the Han Dynasty when his ideas were most widely propagated. China would never be the same again.